Good evening, and thank God it's Friday. Welcome to Update with Precious. And today, is a very beautiful day. And in the spirit of Friday, Asemeka just day clad in Nigerian attire. So, how on a day? Welcome to the show. Here, we will talk about Matadem as it get to do with Nigeria and our aka development. How we will use move our country forward. My name is Precious Inyi. It is always sweet my belly to bring on a Matadem we'll having for Inside Nigeria. Welcome to the show. Very today na Friday, so usually and naturally I suppose get very full house so that we go the basketballs go this strong well. But just calm down. They're coming, they're joining us. So let's start up very quickly. Edo State Governor don't want Peter Obi. Come, Oga. I cannot guarantee your security in Edo State. No come Edo State again if you no tell me. No come Edo State again if you no tell me. Wow. And you'll be wondering, where is that money coming from? Just like Governor Alia Hysent do recently. Okay. PDP eyes Peter Obi's return ahead of 2027. That matters if they grand go look up. And then Labour Party NEC don't elect Usman Nenade as interim national chairperson. Is Labour Party now ready to make sure say them put themselves together and focus on what they're supposed to do? Well, we don't know. Make we just dey watch as it be because plenty things happen for inside that NEC meeting where we say they get for Labour Party. Even Alex Oti come talk say we must do anything to make Labour Party work. Anything what we must do. We could do am to make Labour Party talk. That now waiting Alex Oti talk. And then we enter inside PDP where they get their own wege as Damagu will be the acting chairman of PDP. So don't also talk as it concerns Atiku Abubakar resignation. He said, look, Oga Atiku, calm down. You're not a threat. PDP will be stronger even without you. Now, so Damagu don't reply Atiku Abubakar. And then Tinubu don't appoint IBB son others as heads of government agencies. And you go to want to say, what is the strategic location and strategic idea of appointing IBB son as head of agency? Does it mean anything? Well, when the time comes, we'll go look into that matter very well. And Dina Melaye not making first court appearance as a lawyer. Interesting, right? Okay, court don't fix October 10 to rule on motion to stop Nnamdi Kanu's trial. That matter the grant will also look into how Cabal smuggled memos to Buhari behind me. XCOS Gambari 9 they talk that one in case you dey wonder what COS mean a chief of staff 9 they talk down. See the smuggle memo they go give Buhari for him back. And then 2027, the patriots demand conduct of all elections on the same day. So they do all election for one day so that everything will can take well. And then Nigerians don't they react differently as they get to do with the one where they rename University of Maiduguri after late President Muhammadu Buhari. So why una go name am after late Muhammadu Buhari? Not be saying him be university lecturer, not be saying him be PhD holder, not be saying be MSc holder, not be saying be anything. He not even go to university, so why name the school after him? That's now waiting people they talk. But meanwhile, government don't come react. Say, okay. In case I want to know, make we tell on why it be say we name the university after Buhari. And then a tragedy don't happen as lightning don't strike and kill 33. I will give you details into that matter. Meanwhile, headers kill Plateau farmer over grazing on millet farm. Headers kill Plateau farmer after they graze for a millet farm. We will talk about that matter later on. Now, wow. Okay, moving on to other issues very quickly. Why Unimaid was renamed after Buhari, I don't tell you, so we'll go talk about that one too. And then Buhari never embezzled public funds. He was a good man. Even though say 28 trillion naira ways and mean was printed under him, and we no fit really know wetin we use that money do, and you know they're accountable. And the House of National Assembly is supposed to be probe that matter right now. But Akpabio still the talk say he was a good man. He didn't embezzle and touch anything. He lived a very good life. My people, this and other matter them now be say we're going to bring on Adomo today. Welcome to the show. Did I also tell you Tinubu deducts 100 billion naira every month from Federation account without approval? And according to El Rufai, impeachable offense be that. But why he be saying they go free? This na matter them way be say we go talk about, and welcome to the show. Always a pleasure to bring on a matter way they grant. And Prince Francis Chilaka join me this evening. Prince Francis, thank you so much for joining me. Thank God it's Friday.
Yes, Precious, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. The way you just
this our week, get as a bill.
No be wig, na attire am African style. Don't worry about that.
All right. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Not the manage your side.
I cannot talk that one. Don't talk that one, I beg. No vex. Not vex.
You don't just you don't smile like this. You got a verse like me.
Make how person want to take vex reach now. So, sir, thank you and welcome to the show. Let's get straight to the conversation. Let's start with the one that concerns Peter Obi because that now one of the freshest conversations we'll be seeing happen. Now, very quickly, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo, like that of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, he don't caution the former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, against visiting the state without informing him, making no drum again. Governor Okpebholo say Obi security in Edo State was not guaranteed and will not be guaranteed if he managed to come again. He said the former Labour Party presidential candidate should take whatever happens to him anytime he visit Edo State again without informing me. Say anything will do you, take her if you visit Edo State again without telling me. Now, the Edo State spokesman in Uromi, headquarters of Eshan, North or Esan North local government area, while receiving Honorable Marcos Onubon, the lawmaker representing Esan West local government central and all that, defected from People's Democratic Party to PDP. Now remember, say this particular lawmaker, did the time when he be said they talk, say him be the talk, say they threaten him, say if he no join APC, make him join APC, make him join APC. But right now, he don't finally join APC, and of course, it seems like he's very happy to join APC. Now, in talk say he was serious about what he said. That is written on public. So he said, I did very serious about that. According to him, the man we say the man will say he no get shishi. I am sending a direct message to him. He cannot come to Edo without telling me. A new sheriff in town. Nah, be enough. His security cannot be guaranteed. We are serious about it. Whatever that happens to him when he comes to Edo State, he will take it like that. He came to the other day and donated 15 million naira. By the time he left after donating the money, there was crisis and 3 people died in Benin. Tell Obi he should not come to Edo without telling me. On his part, Onubon said, well, make I just leave that matter, make Ibisi you react to him very quickly. And here is a footage of Ogamonde Okpebholo saying that so that you know go be like saying on my mouth when I hear him. I'm not gonna hear him when he talking by himself.
He cannot come to Edo without telling me because his security will never be guaranteed. Whatever happens to him when he's in Edo State, he will take it. I am serious about it.
Okay, so and I don't hear him as he used to come. Prince Francis Chilakas. Oh yeah, Shapani, sir.
Well, first and foremost, we're dealing with a man that is not educated, a man that is not aware, a man that is as callous as anybody can think about. You're dealing with a man who did not win an election. You're dealing with a man who during the campaigns could not speak to the people. I mean, look at a governor. Look at the way a governor is talking. He's talking like a toddler, talking like a tout, a typical area boy. These are the kind of people that are ruling this country. Is it not shameful that this kind of a man was a senator? Is it not shameful? A country that you have educated lawyers, you have engineers, you have doctors, you have first class journalists, you have a tout as a governor. This is what happens. And then you see people standing there clapping. Nikon pulls as they gather there to clap for him. And then they say a governor is talking. A man who has taken a vow with the Nigerian obnoxious constitution to defend the lives and properties of the people is telling a former governor not to enter his state again or to take permission from him. In other words, what it means is that if Peter Obi has to travel by road, passing through Benin, he needs to inform the governor. He needs to take permission from him. So where's the freedom of movement? And if we keep shouting one united nation, one united country, one united people, we're not united. Those in government are dividing the people on a daily basis. That's what they're doing. They are the ones sowing the seeds of discord amongst the Nigerian people. It's either they are dividing us along religious lines, ethnic lines, or they're using nepotism to divide the people. And
So,
with something like this, you will not hear the likes of that one who calls himself Reign of Mockery talk now. You will not hear anybody from the presidency cautioning him. Well, why would they do that? After all, your so-called Reverend Father, Hyacinth, Anya, whatever they call him, did the same thing. He did the same thing. Those are the kind of rascals we have in government. People who have no reason to be in government. Accidental governors, that's what they are. So it's so shameful, honestly. It is so shameful that a man who calls himself the governor of a state can come out in public and speak like a tout. And you see people there clapping.
But sir,
yes, these are people that are dying of hunger in this country. I feel so ashamed, honestly speaking.
All right, sir, but by waiting and talk, if Peter Obi actually visit the state without informing him, would that be a fair thing to happen? Or is it
What do you wait? See, listen, I think we're all getting it wrong. Peter Obi is just like you and I. He's a private citizen. But the fact he was a presidential candidate of Labour Party in the last election does not make him anything. He has no powers. He went there as a private citizen. Are you not telling me that
donated his personal money?
Anytime Peter Obi needs to go into any state in Nigeria, when they invite him for a program, he now needs to go and beg the governor that he wants to come into the state. As what? There must be something about Peter Obi that APC is afraid of, which they have not told us. There must be something about this man that the mere mention of his name everywhere begins to shake. Why are they not treating Attæcks this way? Why is it that all the rats of APC, all the rats of this government is all about Peter Obi? Your Senate president did not attend the burial of our late president, Buhari. Nobody said anything about it. Reno, that has been writing rubbish all over the place, did not see need to talk about it. But Peter Obi did not go. The whole world, Nigeria is just set ablaze because Peter Obi did not attend. Does it not show you that that a lot of people in government have myopic mind? Imagine the kind of situation they are creating.
So, sir, if you look at very well, this not be the first person within the APC will be say don't threaten or don't talk something will resemble threats to Peter Obi. Remember Philip Walker when he talked that below the belt conversation and when they threatened earlier to Peter Obi, and then High Sent earlier, and then this one. But we never ever see a PDP governor get angry over Peter Obi's presence. So why do this thing happen mostly with sir?
The thing is that your president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is not a sincere president.
How, sir?
His utterances are not sincere, and I'll tell you why.
Why, sir?
When he was giving his speech on June 12th, he talked about the crisis in parties. He talked about the impossibility of having a one-party state. But then, on the other hand, he now tells you he's happy that they're having crisis in their parties. So everything you see playing out is this government's agenda of creating a one-party state. Harass those who have dissenting voices. Push them to a corner where they become submissive. This government is behaving like a narcissist and a gaslighter.
All right, so some people think that it is significant.
This is what you see with a lot of married men who beat their wives. They box them to a corner, they beat you, and then they come out to the world and tell the world, oh, I didn't do anything, it's not my fault. She caused it. And then they sell that notion to the woman to also believe that, oh, the fact that my husband beat me is my fault. That is what this government is doing.
So, sir, some people there of the opinion say, this kind of conversation, maybe conversation will be open for discussion because of say Monday, October, they insignificant. But other people they talk say no, that they like a threat, a direct threat to Peter Obi.
It is no. It is not like it is not like whether it's like a direct threat. It's a direct threat. It's a direct threat. Hassan earlier was a bit diplomatic when he did his own, but this one is a direct threat. And you don't do that. Not in a state like Nigeria, not in a secular state, not in a country where people have freedom of movement and association.
So let me quickly play that footage of Peter Obi visiting Edo State recently, and perhaps maybe not the welcome or whatever it is that is around that visit that would have perhaps provoked Okay, so while some people they talk say, oh, perhaps this na rented crowd, people will just then call, make them come check P2B. Some people they talk say P2B they give shishi. So
See,
definitely they will not be
precious,
able to.
precious,
Sir,
precious,
okay,
hold on.
sir.
There's nothing about rented property. The law of P2B has is organic. I am telling you. And now the jealousy of this love, 9-1 kill APC. Nothing else. Okpebholo knows that if he comes out like this, nobody will welcome him. Hansen Aya knows that if he comes out even in Boko like this, nobody will welcome him. So it is that, you know, when envy consumes you, you lose every sense of reasoning. So now envy don't consume them. Everybody for APC, they're envious of Peter Obi. How many former governors, how many former presidential aspirants go waka the way Peter Obi they waka without security? Even the governor of the state no go try am. If you want us to have a bet, no go tell Okpebholo. Say, okay, Okpebholo, organize your own organize some reach out for one end, make it to be the one end. More see where the crowd go. When you have nothing to offer the people, envy and hatred consumes you. The process that brings somebody to power plays a role in how the person can deliver to the people. Okpebholo don't know what to do in Edo State. He didn't win the election, even though the Supreme Court has declared him the winner. Is it not the same thing that happened in Imo when number 4 became number 1? So what are we talking about? A country where the judiciary cannot speak for itself, the legislatures have gone no. What do you expect? Anarchy.
All right. So make we just quickly take a listen to Ryan. We'll move on.
He cannot come to Edo without telling me, because his security will never be guaranteed. Whatever happens to him when he's in Edo State, he will take it. I am serious about it.
Okay, so that's the governor, saying that. So make it not be like say, now we just talk about that one, or now we just so let's get straight to other conversations. PDP and Peter Obi, we hear say the People Democratic Party don't reveal ongoing efforts to move former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi back to its ranks ahead of the 2027 general elections. And Ibrahim Abdullahi, Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, talked this one yesterday, Thursday, during an interview for Insider Rights Television. He said Peter Obi is our product and the PDP indeed wants to get him back. He is very great capital for any political party, and any political party that we have him will be will be to their advantage. Now, waiting in talk. Now, Obi, who was of course PDP's vice presidential candidate, PDP's vice presidential candidate in 2019 election, left the party in 2022 as to be prepared to do the 2023 election. Now, do you see Peter Obi going back to the party? In fact, some of the especially as he gets to do with going back to PDP, is it possible? While some people think say going back to Labour Party, I mean, PDP would have been the best option for him because of the grassroots reach and the widespread of the PDP. But some people they talk saying a trap. No, 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 a trap. You have Wike and his goons there. So if you go there, the idea may be to try everything possible to lock Peter Obi up. Use maybe court or judiciary, hold him down so that nothing will make a contest or
Which
make it
wait, which PDP? Is it the PDP that has a wicked that is doing Enyendeba? Is it the PDP where you have the likes of
they are settling
like
now.
you have the likes of Autumn? Is it the
Settling
PDP where you have Makinde fighting with Wike now? So which of the PDP are you talking about? PDP is as good as dead. And that's the truth.
but they still have that widespread. And Peter Obi needs that.
Well,
Remember what one of their chieftain talked before, say Peter Obi comes to the party, he won't have the issue of not having enough polling unit agents because that one they're on standby already for him.
The same the polling agents should be how do they call them now? They will be double agent.
For APC.
Why do you think Wike is killing PDP? So Wike is killing PDP because he wants Peter Obi to come back. Wike is killing PDP because he wants to make sure that nobody stands as a hindrance or as a strong contender against Bola Tinubu. So going to PDP is a no-no for me. Peter Obi should not even consider it. He should not even think about it. The only thing I can, if I hear tomorrow that Wike has, gotten the courage to behave like Attæcks and send a letter of resignation, say, I don't wash my hand like Pontius Pilate for PDP. I begin to know that, okay, there probably could be a new lease of life in PDP. But so long as Wike is in PDP and working for APC, a death trap.
Okay, so now part of waiting this man talk, see, the truth of the matter is that if he had not gone the way he did in the last dispensation and proved that metal to generate over 6 million votes, in spite of the rigging and frustration of his chances in many of the states, Peter Obi is fully and truly a political capital, no doubt about it. So, do you think that his movement or his, as in come out for inside PDP, enter Labour Party to try himself, test himself to contest independently, thinks that will really prove in political strength, in political capital for inside the country? Because without that, if we no say, if we run with somebody and if we no say he gets that kind of.
If you have followed our political trajectory, you will know that Peter Obi accomplished a feat that not too many people have been able to accomplish.
Yes, even Buhari's first time, he didn't make up to 6 million.
Good. So if you look at it, if you look at it, that's how sometimes when Showore talks, I just laugh. Because I'm telling you, I expected that someone like Showore will sit down and go and meet someone like Peter Obi and say, how do we work together to rescue this country? Or you find somebody who didn't even come number 5 in the election. He's all over the place, masquerading as somebody who wants to save Nigeria. How many votes he wants to save Nigeria? After all, that was not the first time he attempted to be president. In all his attempts of trying to be president, has he gotten up to 5,000 votes? Or 6 million votes? Let's even look at it.
He has gotten up to 5,000 votes, sir.
Yeah, and I don't say you go talk and another person.
No.
But the truth of the matter is that
everybody are for nobody.
Okay. The man went talk and don't buy you. The truth of the matter is simple, is that everybody knows that Peter Obi has the potential, he has the acumen, and he has what it takes. Peter Obi on his own is a presidential candidate. He's a president on his own. He has the the demeanor of a president. He has everything you can think of somebody who should be your president. So there is no joke about it. Let's not pretend about it.
Okay.
But unfortunately, we are in a country where we do not value what we have. We do not value men of honor and proven integrity. We do not value men who say the truth as it is. We do not value men who want to do something good. That's the problem.
All right, so let's
Nigeria is a country that does not value honorability and humility. We don't.
That's unfortunate. Sorry, sir, because we have too many conversations to cover, and most of them are very important. So let's quickly just rush up on them. So the Labour Party Statutory National Executive Committee has elected Senator Usman Minadi as the interim national chairman and Senator Darlington Mokocha as the interim national secretary, among others, as members of the party's interim working committee. Now, this announcement now they make today, and then different things are happening because earlier today they been get an inner caucus, that is a neck meeting where BC happen for inside Abuja, and the high level meeting gets prominent stakeholders for inside Labour Party in attendance, including the Governor of Anambra State, Dr. Alexuti, in Deputy House of Assembly, National Assembly members who will be members of the party, the Nigerian Labour Congress, and the other people, them inner caucus of the party, them being there inside the meeting. Now, Alexote did say something during that meeting today. He said that no matter what happens, that it is very important that Labour Party works, that they must do everything possible to ensure that Labour Party works. With the threat of Arabambi, and Abure and the rest of them on one side, do you see Labour Party becoming up strong again, especially with the uncertainty surrounding this whole issue of Arabambi and Abure, their faction?
The problem of Labour Party is induced. It's an internal problem caused by the federal government, or rather caused by the APC government, so to say. See, when you talk about solving the problem of Labour Party, so long as you have the likes of Arabambi, Papa, and Julius Abiru there, the party can move forward. Is it not the same Julius Abiru that went to hold a closed-door meeting with Wike? Imagine a supposedly claimed chairman of Labour Party going to meet the man that everybody has classified as the spoiler of not only his own party, which is PDP, but has hands in other parties that are breaking up. And you're going to meet with him. Because tell me, which advice did Abure going to seek? Did he go to seek the advice of how to be a chairman of Labour Party and be working for APC? We need to know. There are certain things you don't do because of the position you occupy in the society. There are certain things you don't do. You don't do things that will question your character. And most especially when your character is already, being smelt as something that is oozing. And then suddenly, people are saying, when you pass, people say, this one they smell like Loma. It smell like Loma. And then, before you know it, people now see you standing and sitting inside a Loma truck. Maybe it does mean you don't turn. So these are issues we need to say. For us, for the political class, they need to be sincere to themselves. They need to have an ideology. Those who lead political parties must have an ideology. And the first ideology they must have is loyalty to their party. So you cannot tell me that you're a member of ABC and then they go and see you attending the caucus meeting of PDP. What message are you passing? Then when it comes to Arabambi and Apapa, we know from day one, right from day one, everybody knows that they are spoilers. Everybody knows. And nothing can change that.
All right. So let's quickly move on to other conversations. Now, this is very important. What's his name? El Rufai had said this earlier, but everybody just keep quiet. like say we no hear that in when talk. Meanwhile, before I even talk about Aero 5 own, say today now na day 3 after the attack for inside Rayom local government area of Plateau State, where about 27 people died for inside that attack. Till now, our president never do. I never hear. I don't know whether you don't hear. He never talk anything till now. You don't go Kano State for Dantata burial. You don't mourn Buhari for 3 days. Hold special effect for Buhari. I don't know whether the lives of Buhari and Dantata are more important past 27 people, including children and women with that. But that notwithstanding, let's quickly dig into what El Rufai had said the other day. The former Kaduna State Governor El Rufai accused Bola Ahmed Tinubu of unlawfully withdrawing 100 billion naira every month. Not be saying a wonderful. Say it they come out am every month from the federation accounts. And the reason why I dey bring up this conversation now, how sad it is say this thing don't happen and we not even fit talk about them. People are not talking about it. We're not saying anything about it. Everybody's just mute about it. I don't know why. It can't be like say that conversation no follow or it no happen at all at all. But that's not something where BC happen. Now they say the 100 million they come out from bank account, and the worst part for inside that 100 million, I say it they unappropriated because it's supposed to pass through. Say the pack now accounts will be say the federal, states, and local government, the three arms of government supposed share, but now, say any money where you supposed to come up from there, you supposed to go through the National Assembly. And even the state assemblies them supposed approve am to give their consent. But the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did on their own withdraw all those money, 100 billion every month. Say you don't they go on for the past 12 to 18 months and nothing is being done about it. According to him, those money they withdraw for security. But even at that, the security no get anywhere where they go. I for like me could listen to Ram keenly so that we begin question some things that happen for inside the country.
To assess him based on 2 years?
Of course, it is fair to assess him. He has assessed others based on 1 year. He has assessed others in the past. You see, the beauty of the 21st century is there is an audit trail of what you have said or done. When Jonathan was president and Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu tweets then, as far as security is concerned, the buck stops at the president's desk. You bring that out to him and show him when he tries to say, oh, governor, go and fix your security problem. No, the governor cannot fix security problems because defense, police, security is exclusively federal. As governors, we were chief security officers only in name. Okay, so don't outsource security to the states. Fix it. Hire more boots on the ground. Equip them. Retool them and so on. And Charles, for the last 12 months or up to 18 months, every month, 100 billion naira is deducted from the federation account and sent to the security agencies. Why is there no improvement? In 2024, over 2.2 million Nigerians were abducted. 615,000 were killed. Is Nigeria at war? These numbers are worse than the 8 years of Buhari. In 1 year. This is data from Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. So it's government data. I'm not quoting something out of the air. So for that 100 billion that goes out every month from federation account without appropriation by the National Assembly, by the way, without appropriation by the state assemblies, because part of the money belongs to the states. So each state assembly is supposed to appropriate that part. So the entire deduction and expenditure is unconstitutional. It's an impeachable offense. But it has been going on for more than 15 months from the last time I checked. So where has that 1.5 trillion gone? What is it being used for? Why is the security situation just getting worse? Why is the government asking communities to protect themselves? Look,
well, I
President Tinubu's government has failed woefully. Look, beyond, if you asked me in 2022 or 2023 when we were campaigning that things will ever be this bad, I would say that you are mentally ill.
Very briefly, because
Okay. All right. So you don't hear him now. Why it be say the presidency never see respond to this conversation? It never respond to them. And of course, that statistics when you reel out on that period where it be say the NBS reel out statistics about how we don't spend how many trillion naira on what did they call it ransom in 1 year of President Tinubu's reign. Remember that statistics. So he's not wrong. And by that statistics, he almost should say the deaths we don't happen in the 1 year or maybe 2 years now of President Bola Tinubu. Don't they almost surpass the one we happen for within 8 years of Buhari? Even as we talk, say Buhari own past the entire Jonathan own period. What is going on? What's in the happen?
You
And then
know,
why did he say the federal government never feel respond about this money? What are they doing with the money? 100 billion, not be million, no, 100 billion every month unaccounted for. They send up for security. But we need to see what they use and they do. And without appropriation. Go ahead, sir.
you know, there are certain things you listen to and you just shake your head. You ask yourself, what is going on? Where are we headed? This is the same country where you give your governors, is it 500 million or how much they give them every month as security vote?
Yes.
And yet, insecurity is on the rampage. You know, if you look at the late President Buhari and the way he went about, withdrawing monies from the CBN, ways and means and all of that. And then you now have a president who comes on board and tells you from day one that he would like to continue from where his predecessor stopped. What does that tell you? It simply tells you that whatever you see, you should just take it like that. It's unfortunate that each time we criticize the National Assembly, each time we say that the National Assembly is an appendage to the executive arm of government, they get upset. At that point in time, they want to come to a stick fight with the bazooka. But the things we are seeing, the things that the people are seeing, is a pointer to the fact that there is completely no checks and balance in this administration. Nobody is giving account to anybody. Nobody is taking responsibility. So what El-Rufai has said is something that that people should be asking questions about. It's something that should give Nigerians sleepless nights. But the truth of the matter is that people are looking at it from the perspective that if we talk from now till tomorrow, what they want to do, they will do. So each time you hear a former governor speaking about an issue, you know that he's well informed. And when they speak about these issues that hinges on accountability and transparency, in which the government of the day has faulted, nobody in government responds. So the silence they keep or they maintain is just to ensure that nobody talks about it. So when they keep quiet, they believe that, oh, everybody will forget about it. And that's the game plan of this government.
Now, sir, it's very disheartening. I'm going to play that report again, a report by a particular young lady from News Central when she covered that horrendous attack in Plateau State local government area. Now, after that kind of attack that got a reporter almost crying in her line of duty, the president, the commander-in-chief of armed forces of that country, is yet to do. He has not said a word over the
Precious, just hold your breath. Hold your breath. Was it not, I think it was sometime last month, if you recall, that 200 people got, 200 to 300 people got massacred, slaughtered in their sleep in Benue State.
Yes.
It took the outcry of Nigerians.
And the international communities,
yes, for your president to go to Benue. Even at that, your president gave an excuse that it was raining. That the downpour was so much that he could not get to the particular spot where the incident happened. See, I say this and it pains my heart to say it. We have an holistic political class. the political class we have today in this government, they are classes. It's about class. Because I see no reason why you lose 200 people. Nobody flew the national flag at half-mast. You're losing another 30-something people. Nobody flew the national flag. Nobody's talking about it. The only thing the presidency will say is like what he said in Benue. Go and settle. Go and resolve. Because those who are managing the president and the president himself, they have come to believe, and that's what they want you and I as Nigerians to believe, that whatever is happening in any state is a communal issue. They don't want to accept the fact that we have terrorists, we have Boko Haram, we have bandits in the country.
All right, sir. So let me quickly play that.
I'm coming. You saw what is playing out between the imam, I think from Edo State, that was kidnapped, and the Nigerian police. The man said, my family paid money, about 6 million, before I was released. The police said, oh, it is our effort. So who do you believe? You believe the man that went through the situation because he has a better understanding of it. So, it is very comfortable, and it is glaring. Nigerians should know that your life do not matter to those in power. Because if the life of the ordinary Nigerian matters, honestly speaking, the same way we are giving so much credence to our late president, we should give it to the ordinary people who just died. But like I will say, they don't matter. I see the government sees us, the people, more as collateral damage than citizens.
All right, so let me quickly take that footage, as I said, that report on what happened in Riyadh, because I'm sorry if I get a bit passionate about things that's got to do with the lives of people, because it could be anybody any day. And if we not talk out, you don't know which person turn where it could be. So maybe not time for us to perhaps also keep talking out. That's the report from News Central Television. Thank you. Take a look.
These are the scenes that welcomed one into the affected village of Jebu in Riom local government area of Plateau State early Tuesday morning. The village was thrown into shock and mourning when they were attacked with guns and machetes and their houses set ablaze.
Around 3 a.m., this community was attacked by the attackers. And of course, we thought the place was going to be protected, as the security men from the Sector 6 came with 2 gun trucks. And I was satisfied that my people are well protected.
Sincerely, it is very sad and unfortunate that up to today, these things have not come to an end. You have just witnessed, you've gone around together here, you've seen the dead bodies yourself. 27 people lying down.
While security personnel from different agencies were seen on the ground, the locals blamed them for late response, alleging complicity.
In fact, there was an early warning information, but we called. We didn't get response. If to say the security responded at the time we called them, this wouldn't have happened.
This is part of the collusion and the complicity of the security agents that have been sent to respond to a distress call, but they couldn't, and it led to this. The present STF commander, the sector commander, that is here in Rio, sincerely, we're not comfortable with this man. We must commend the STF operatives that were stationed at SOAP, because if not that they have stood their ground, the actually fatality would have been higher than this.
The dead were said to have been taken away for burial, while their loved ones left to mourn them make their demands known.
In other climes, you have the federal police, you have the state police, and you have county police. Even universities in other climes have their own police system. And until we begin to do this and forget about whatever resources we will spend, and protect lives and properties of citizens, we'll be doing nothing.
I am calling on the governor as the chief security of this state. He should do something to Riom local government. He should do something to these people. People are becoming homeless. People are becoming fatherless. People are becoming motherless.
If these killings continue like this and government did not take any action on it, we will definitely tell the youth what to do. And they should not blame us at the end of the day of what we are telling our members to do. Why? Because we will not continue to die in the hands of people helplessly.
Now, with what has happened here today, not only the aged, the youth, babies, toddlers were all affected. They were killed. What they're asking for, I'm sorry doing this, but what they're asking for is that justice be done, that government, security agencies, and every other person or agency responsible to maintain peace and security of both lives and property should sit up and do the needful for the safety of both human lives and their property. In Riom local government area for New Central, Chizoba and Niue.
All right, so you see how saddened that lady did. Now, I don't want to believe that, one of the things we even get to me, I say till today, Bayo Nonoga himself never post about this. But in the repost other things they talk about, he never post. There's no way he wouldn't have seen this. So how is it that we have a government and an incident like this will get somebody on her line of duty so emotional like this? The government wins their lives they for their hand, or the lives of these human beings they their hand, never talk anything about them.
Precious, this is very sad. There's nothing that can be as sad as, just being helpless. You see death coming and you are helpless. There's nothing as sad as that. Because honestly, there is no other way to explain this other than lack of empathy and cluelessness of government of the day. And I've always maintained that we should stop giving names, quoting things just because we want to satisfy ourselves. Evil is evil. There's no other way to define evil. And then I noticed also, something that is very common and worrisome, is the fact that each time these things happen, people always talk of the complacency of the security agencies. Could it be that, the rumor we've heard before now, that a lot of repentant Boko Haram or whatever have been absorbed into the Nigerian army? Or could it be that some officers of the Nigerian army are enjoying this insecurity? Could it also be that there is a planned action to eliminate people and drive them away from their ancestral homes? There are too many questions begging for an answer. And the government is not responding. The government is doing nothing. See, I remember the interview of the statement of the director of the DSS when he said, people should learn to protect themselves. And I think we're getting to that level in this country where everybody will be carrying arms. So as you know from my door, when you carry your chakabula come, I will bring out my bazooka. Make we see who go for first round. It's because that's where it's going to be. Because this whole insecurity thing, if there are people who carry arms and nobody questions them, nobody stops them, then you're asking the people themselves to begin to arm themselves. And when this happens, be rest assured, it is going to be nothing but anarchy.
All right, very sad. We'll come to something else because there's something Emeka Anyoko said about this. But since we're speaking about insecurity, let's also speak about it very quickly. As we hear that about a 56-year-old man in Plateau State, the same Plateau State, has died after being attacked by suspected Fulani herdsmen in the, I think this is a Miangu community of Bassa local government area of Plateau State. Now, the victim's son, Stephen, confirmed the incident to Punch newspaper in Jos today, Friday, providing harrowing details of the attack. Now, according to Stephen, his father went to his farm on Thursday yesterday to check on his millet cultivation. Upon arrival, he noticed Fulani herdsmen grazing their cattle on the farm, destroying his crops. Now, when his father, now punch right, I'm Lagos Ibadan press, so it's not me. Now, when his father approached them to ask them to remove the cattle, the herders attacked him. Stephen described the attack saying, it was yesterday, Thursday, around 5 p.m. My father went, to farm in the Nyangu community where he cultivated millet and saw some Fulani herdsmen grazing on the farm with their cows. My father then approached them with the intention to ask them to remove their cows as they were destroying his crops. And that's how the herders attacked him. They used their knives and cut off all his body, leaving him in a pool of his blood. And that's how my father eventually died. Now, Stephen expressed frustration over the delayed response from security agencies, saying some people have reported the incident to the security agencies after my father was killed, and it was only this morning, today, Friday, that we saw the security men arrive in the States, in our house. Now, the spokesman to the Plateau State Police Command, Alagbo Alfred, could not be reached immediately to ascertain, the veracity of the conversation, the complaint. The incident has raised concerns about safety of farmers in the community and the need for effective security measures to prevent such attacks. This one again for inside the same Plateau State. Person go plant in farm jejely in millet jejely you go facing death. Again, this is just so disturbing. Go ahead, sir.
Precious.
Hello? Sir, I'm
News
sorry if
like
I'm
this,
getting you down. It's
news
it's
like this
crazy, but
just
we have to talk about them. We have to talk about
because
them.
you don't really know what to say anymore. It's like Nigerians are now at the mercy of cattle rearers. And that is why I've always asked one question, and even the government has not been forthcoming in giving an answer. Who are the owners of these cows? Why are the owners of these cows above the law? Why have these cow owners refused to adopt ranching as a way of handling cows in the 21st century? Why is government finding it difficult to impose ranching on these herders? Why are they doing this? Why, because Nigeria, you wake up from sleep every morning. What you hear is this one has been killed, that one has died, this one has been burnt, the houses has been. I mean, for how long will this continue? And instead of government to sit back and address these issues, government today is busy talking about the next election, 2027. Is it not shameful? Is it not sad that you and I are living in a country where our safety is not guaranteed? A country where some people believe that they have monopoly of madness. Some people believe that they have monopoly to take lives at will and nothing happens. Is this not sad? Is this not shameful? Does this show you that we have a country where we have government in place? I mean, this is devastating. Very, very
Since,
devastating.
since we're still dealing with insecurity, something happened earlier, this today, Friday. We had a lightning strikes during monsoon storms somewhere in India, by the way, killing 33 people. So this is like a typical way of thunder fires somebody, and that happening. And then let's quickly speak on this matter. I didn't want to talk about it, but since it's part of insecurity issues, so a particular lecturer from a particular university, sir, that he was in the process of with a second year student, and in that process, he died in the process of the do in a hotel. That's incident too. And then people like that does raise a lot of eyebrow about the kind of things that happen in our universities. And people are beginning to talk about holding lecturers accountable, you know. And that is not also all. A Unimed, the university medical, I think that's a Unimed teacher was also forced to take a poison by particular a group of people that perhaps is unknown right now. So, what do we say about these pockets of, I don't want to say nonsense and rubbish that keeps happening in our society, sir? I want to play, get you a video too. What Emeka said.
Moral decadence is what we have. Every strata of this country is being affected by bad leadership, by bad governance. It's no longer news when you hear people talk about sex for marks. It's not news when you hear that some lecturers ask the male students to come and give them money for marks. You saw the nonsense that happened with JAMB, where the failure was massive. Yes. And as we speak, JAMB is still they are still conducting exams and still cancelling results. We have killed our educational system. Those in government have contributed immensely to the devastating state of our educational system. You know, before they said the reward of a teacher is in heaven. No, these days, teachers want their reward on earth. Because a teacher will sit down, he's a professor, he teaches somebody, and the person just has school cert, and your teacher may have a doctorate degree, and a school cert is his president. Is that not troublesome? Is that not worrisome? Why are we finding it difficult to put up a higher standard for people who want to rule this country? So it's a sad reality, but man, now the man know anything he go find. So as he go climb now, come kaput. Now had kill him.
All right, so there is a video I want to play.
What is it again now? Why is the truth? Now the truth now, sir. Because by the time you check out now, the man has a wife in the house. You know they take care of the wife need, and that small begin when get energy pass up, now you don't see. So they go, imagine somebody of 50, 60 years trying to summon the power and energy of somebody of 20 years or 25. Something must happen to them. Now it don't happen so. May so rest in peace.
Amen. All right, so let's quickly take this video of what Emeka Anyoko had said earlier, about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. I want us to pay attention to it so that we'll react
there
to it.
There is serious insecurity of life and property, with kidnappings and killings happening. There is serious insecurity of life and property, with kidnappings and killings happening virtually every day in most parts of the country, especially in the Middle Belt, the Northeast, the Northwest regions, where not only huge numbers of life and property are regularly lost, but also farmers are no longer able to go to their farms, thereby impacting adversely on the country's food supply. Secondly, Nigeria has become the poverty capital of the world, with the levels of poverty and sufferings among the citizens rising rather than diminishing. And thirdly, the development of the country's infrastructure is generally lagging behind, including especially in health and education facilities, which in many cases are no longer fit for purpose. Fourthly, there is eroding sense of national unity within a pluralistic country that is still struggling to become a nation. Again, there is a palpable mood of hopelessness and lack of confidence in the future among the growing population of our young people. And overall, the present 36 federating units are obviously incapable of generating and sustaining the pace of national development achieved in the early years of our independence under the 1963 Constitution. In organizing this national summit, the patriots are of the view that the incontrovertible facts that I have mentioned can be more effectively reversed if our pluralistic country is given a more credible and truly federal constitution, democratically made by the Nigerian people, a constitution that would be in sync with the constitutions of successful pluralistic countries around the world. To those who say that the fate of a country depends primarily on its leadership, I say that the constitution from which the system of governance is derived largely determines the character of the people who get elected or appointed.
Yeah, you heard what Emeka Anyoko said. Now, I played this for a reason so that, we'll retrospect and perhaps think if what he's saying is true. But while you're reacting to that, let me also take a reaction of some of the Plateau State indigenes earlier today on, I think, Channels Television as they react to,
Family of those who
what
lost their
happens to them.
loved
Kindly
ones. Our
watch
prayer
this.
is with those that are still in the hospital at the moment undergoing treatments because of the different degrees of injuries they sustained, and of course some were even burnt and all of that. So we share this pain together. On the number of people killed in Riom is 27 total, including women, children, elderly, young people, all were murdered.
Now, because can you hear me, madam?
Very well, I can hear you.
Okay. What do you make? I'm sure you went with the governor to Riom, but we heard the governor made some statement. I wanted, since you were there and you're part of perhaps the delegation, I would like you to speak to it. Do you think the governor is suspecting some of the members of the security forces or security agencies of foul play? Because he did ask them. You met their assailant, they say yes. You engaged them, they said yes. No one was wounded, no one was arrested. They said, I don't know whether they were able to answer that question. Help us make sense, because that was on camera. We don't know what happened behind the scene.
Okay, thank you very much. I was at that scene, and at even the other scene in Bokos and in Bassa in recent times, I was in those scenes. Of course, this was the conversation, and it's not the suspicion of the governor, but it's the report that we received from the people in the community. And this report that we received, if the security operatives, their heads were all there, and that question he asked was to the sector commander at that moment to deduce what is really the problem with that situation. And I must say that at that scene, the checkpoint is very close. It's barely 200 meters from where this incident happened. And that was why he was prompted to ask these questions. And of course, the response we got is that none was arrested and none was captured or whatever it is that would have been the case. None of those killers were even affected by all that has happened. And the people, again, were killed. And then the worst of it is that besides killing them, their farmlands too, they go into, after doing all the destruction, they go into the farms and then start destroying the crops that are growing in the farms. So this is why it is quite challenging and for us as a people to be able to come to terms with what is really going on. And like the governor had said, Yes, we have gallant army. We have gallant soldiers in the country. We also have them within Plateau State that are also making their effort to ensure that there is peace on the plateau. But of course, we still have the bad eggs are amongst them. Because even within that community, the attacks came from 3 different sides. On one side, we're able to contain them and ensure that nothing happened. And then, of course, the other side that is the closest to the place where the people were hiding in a church. They were the ones that were worst hit, and that is why we got that number of casualties we've recorded so far.
So there were people killed in the church as well, where they were hiding. Is that correct?
Yes. In fact,
Okay. All right. So you heard what she said. Now this looks like it is the same way the Yelwata attack happened. Remember that when we asked people or interviewed people from benefits on the Yelwata attack, they said the attackers came from different areas. The same thing now they do too for this Plateau State one too. The same style. The same style. And the worst part of it, say Operation Safe Haven, just a few meters away from that community where this thing happened. And nothing happened. It's okay, sir. Let me let you react, so we'll move on to other issues very quickly, sir.
Well, with all the killings and all the maimings and all the burnings going on, it is becoming obvious that we're in a guerrilla warfare. You know, when you have a guerrilla warfare, what you do is your strategy is to divert attention. So if you have a 50-man squad, you send 40 man to the main route of your attack, and then the other 10 man will be to distract everybody and give the impression that this is where we're attacking while they attack here. It also simply shows you that we do not have a well-grounded security intel. We do not. And if we have, and if these informations are passed to them, why do they not react? Maybe we'll listen to Fela music along the line where he says, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. It seems to be what the Nigerian army or the security personnel are doing. Everybody, they all want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And you know, it becomes very, very sad when people cannot make sacrifices for their country anymore. So if the soldiers and the security personnel inside of them have refused to make sacrifices, we're in a big trouble. You know. So bringing it to Anyoku now, the man spoke very well. It's not that he didn't say things that we're not aware of. He didn't say things we've not been hampering on all this while. You know, but it's good that, you know, elder statesmen begin to speak out. I've always looked for them. It is good to begin to speak out. I remember that the group he belongs to is called the Patriots. And I remember that
Patriots, and they are also asking for one-day elections.
Yes.
One day.
I remember that I think in the first few months of this presidency, they went to pay a visit. And you know, I also remember that at that point in time we were saying when you go and you're talking about something that is bad and you begin to eulogize the person, then you know whatever you're bringing to the table you know, gets lost in the system. But the truth of the matter is that, yes, President Bola Tinubu needs to wake up. He needs to do something about the insecurity and the loss of Nigerian lives. And also, he talked about the national identity, which is serious. But then, who are those debating our national identity?
Yes.
It's the National Assembly. Because when you invite, or when the president comes to the National Assembly, and people don't sing the national anthem, the new national anthem they have asked Nigerians to sing, people don't know it. People don't even sing it because people do not understand the wordings. So I guess that it is because of the difficulty in putting up the wordings that makes them decide that the new national anthem, whenever Mr. President is around, is on your mandate to stand. So that also is an aberration. Because, you know, I remember the other day my son was asking me, he said, Daddy, which national anthem are we singing now? Is it on your mandate to stand or is it on Nigeria? Yes, they're confused.
I don't believe the child will ask that. So if the president comes to their school to visit them, they would have to sing on your mandate to just stand.
Because if those you have elected or those who claim to have been elected to make laws for the country have clandestinely changed their national pride, into music of Mr. President. So what do you expect the other Nigerians to do? So, but when we say all of this, I tell you this, you know, Nigerians are pretenders. They cry foul because they are not seeing money in their pocket. If Nigerians are serious and they're willing, like I keep saying, the hunger never reach where it go reach. So that people can have common sense.
But do
Look
you
at the
think that
election
they
that
want the
happened.
election?
Look at the election that happened in Lagos State. I'm coming. Look at the election that happened in Lagos State. With all the complaint about bad governance, with all the complaint about APC, yet all the local governments were won by APC.
Did you not hear what happened in that election? How people were complaining, and the Lagos State government is saying that people should stop complaining about the election.
Even INEC has come out. Even what do you call it? LASEC has come out to say it was the most credible election they have ever organized.
Credible.
So how can you organize an election that
credible? Did you hear that some parties were not even in ballot papers?
That's what I'm saying. How can you conduct an election where there are aggrieved parties and you are telling the aggrieved parties that, well, you know, indirectly you are saying what the national INEC chairman once said, go to court. Since we have that mentality of asking people to go to court, I mean, nothing will change. Precious, nothing is changing.
Okay.
So if the persons are asking that we have the elections in one day, I'm in total support of it.
Why?
It will have for accountability. Yes, it will have for accountability.
How will it help accountability?
It's going through your ballot box and, you know, print one, you know, you have the president, you have the state governor, you have the federal house of rep, you have the senate, you have the state house of rep, you know, all of them are there. You just don't print and take a walk. I think it will make more sense.
Thank you.
Honestly speaking.
Yes. Let's quickly rush up because people are hoping to join the conversation very soon. Okay, so yeah, Tinubu has appointed IBB's son, others as heads of government agencies, and people are raising eyebrow that could this be another strategy towards the 2027 election? Do you think it's strategic?
Well, if you look at that appointment, I think there are 9 or 10 appointments that were made.
Yes, and he's the chairman of the Bank of Agriculture.
I'm not interested in whether he's the chairman or not, but what I'm saying is that out of that appointment, I think there are only 2 or 3 of them that are from the southwest. If I'm right, yes. You know, the rest are from the north. And Kano seems to have more. So it is either it is part of the deal.
Kano has 3. Kaduna 1. Sokoto 1. Zamfara 1. And Oyo State 1. Okay, Kaduna has 2. Kaduna has 2. Yeah, that's the way it's spread.
So I think it's part of the government strategy to
so no southeast and no south.
And I'm not there for this. And I'm not there for calculation. Forget them. It's the truth. It's the truth. This government, see, forget it. We all say
all that is happening is for all their heads, their governors to decamp to APC, and that's all that it is.
See, let me tell you the truth. You know, when unfortunately the late Buhari did not write a book, and he did not come to tell us why he actually saw Igbos as a dot. You know, but that's when that thing was said, a lot of us were not happy about it because we know the implication of that. And when Bola Tinubu says he will continue from where the late Buhari stopped, it's very obvious. Left to Buhari, Bola Tinubu, the Igbos are a dot, but he doesn't want to say it publicly.
Are you saying he's treating Igbos as such?
The Igbos are inconsequential. That's the truth. If you look at, for instance, if you look at the attack on Peter Obi, Peter Obi is not being attacked on issues. Peter Obi is being attacked because he's an Igbo man. And that's just it. The attack on him, including Reno, I keep asking, I say, the way Reno is going about P2B, I mean, P2B, you collect Reno girlfriend, tell us now, make we know. You collect a woman, because this attack on P2B is becoming an embarrassment, becoming a national embarrassment. And people are not attacking P2B based on issues. They are attacking him as an individual, where he comes from. So is it a crime to be an Igbo man in Nigeria? But when you ask this question, you have some of your own distinct tribesmen who are in government and they are not seeing anything wrong with it because they are beneficiaries. But they forget that, you know, whatever happens to the Igbos will say, whatever happens to the nose has an effect on the eyes. No matter what you do as an Igbo man, by supporting the evil being meted out to your people, you will still get a payback someday. And so I tell people, do the best you can. Live a good life so that when you die, if they invite a pastor and a man to come and pray or preach by your graveside or in the church, make you know the stammer to talk. Let him talk freely. And we need to stop this idea of trying to speak only good things about the dead. When a man has done evil things before he died, say it out as it is. I have friends who have changed their names because of the way their own people looked at their late father. And they need to change their names. Because continuing bearing the name of their late father will carry shame on them. And so that's why I say, when somebody is bad and dies, good, he has gone. May the person's soul rest in peace. Abuse the person so that the children go pain them. And so that the children of those when they are alive go get common sense to tell their papa and their mama, say, this is what they do, Mona, calm down, there's tomorrow.
All right, sir. Let's quickly rush up to Nnamdi Kanu's case. Now, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja today, Friday, stated that October 10 is the day that they rule on the motion that is seeking to stop the ongoing trial of the detained leader of Nnamdi Kanu. I know, you know, say the lawyer, we don't talk, say, when they just leave this case, say nothing they here. Even though, say, when they raise that matter, the federal government lawyer talk, say, no, it no go happen like that. Now, they don't confiscate, say, a date, say, now, October 10, they go know whether they go, you know, waiting they go judge concerning that matter or not. Again, people are also saying that what is likely going to happen with that case, whether or not the federal government will say that there is no case motion and then let it.
You know the funny thing, honestly, each time I remember, I think of Nnamdi Kanu's case, I just laugh. Why do I laugh? I laugh because I had thought that the federal government would have added a charge in their case where Nnamdi Kanu was saying that the late president was dead and he was calling him what's that name he called him? Jubril from Sudan. I had thought they would include that. But you know, if you notice, the federal government was silent on that. But people are beginning to ask questions. Serious questions that, you know, that is embarrassing. And if you look at what played out, the president, he was the president for 8 years. He traveled more than, you know, he was always outside the country. But upon his death, precious, how many foreign presidents came for his burial?
None have. We don't even see world leaders who don't commiserate. Don't be even coming. Like, so even it's
I've not seen condolence letter. I have not seen condolence letter from any foreign national.
I was going to say that, including Obama, that helped him come to government.
Good. So what is wrong?
When they be made talk, we never even
what is wrong? No, something is definitely wrong. Something is definitely wrong. But that is not, you know, the bone of contention. The bone of contention is that the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu have stated clearly that People have a right to boast. You cannot deny them the right of boasting. And if somebody wakes up and says, I will go to say NTA and slap the DG, we wait for him to go there now.
But the federal government said lawyer is not having it. He said no now. We'll see you talk, you will carry
No,
your mouth.
that's what I'm saying. He says no, but is he also is not you can't rule out the fact that people have the right to post. After all, the federal government has been boasting of Calabar Highway. That's interesting.
Is it the same thing in this conversation? Is it
No,
the same
but what
thing?
is the difference? What is the difference? You are boasting of giving people electricity when the electricity is not there. What is playing out today is that a lot of Nigerians who have money have left the electricity for government. People are now finding their own source of electricity.
Yes, people don't.
That's why, yes, people are off the grid. That's why you have more. You see electricity that they are boasting. It's not. It's not that the government. It's not that anything is working. But the government is boasting. You saw a country where one man scammed 200 million people with an aircraft that does not exist, a national carrier that does not exist. But today, government is still boasting that they're doing well in the industry. You see a country that is ravaged by insecurity. Farmers can't go back to their farms. Government is still boasting that there's enough food for you and I to eat. So who is holding government accountable for the boasting that they're boasting? Is it because that the government have a right to boast? Me too, I get right to boast. I get right to boast. But when you're doing your boasting, and as a government, nobody's calling you to account, nobody's holding you responsible, why must the citizens themselves not boast?
Okay, so let's quickly handle some thoughts concerning late President Muhammadu Buhari, including the one we visited the name university after him very quickly. Then we'll open the phone line where we address other issues one at a time. So the former chief of staff of the president, then Muhammadu Buhari, don't talk review how it is say people be the smuggle memos go give him. You know, say by right. In fact, in talk say Buhari be don't talk say anybody we won't give any memo, make them pass through him, the chief of staff Gambari. But say in inner caucus, you know, that's people then what they say, what they call them again, self. He did the name with cabal. The name why Aisha Buhari called them. So they say the cabal them, they will smuggle letter memos, go give them, taking advantage of him weak points because of the closeness where they share with them. And perhaps maybe now waiting, I don't know, but if you don't inform for waiting, maybe the president makes some mistakes or so. So then just take advantage of his niceness and his weakness and in
Precious, please, please.
I want to finish, sir.
You know, I'm coming. No, I don't want you to finish. Gambari should be ashamed that he's saying such a thing. Yes. It's just like the rubbish Femi Adesina was saying the other day. That the president needs to be alive for him to be able to rule the country. And because the president needs to be alive, he needs to go abroad for treatment. 8 years of late President Buhari, we had no functional hospital that had a semblance of what he was getting abroad. And then Femi Adesina had the temerity to come and insult the intelligence of Nigerians. That is the kind of people we have had in the corridor of power. If as a leader you cannot provide pipe-borne water for your people, but you have to go abroad to drink water, are you stupid? So what is Gambari telling us now? In other words, Gambari is admitting that he was a failure. He had no control over the system. Why is it that it is now the former president is dead that everybody's talking all manner of things?
All right, sir. So speaking about
all manner of things when Buhari was alive.
Okay, sir. I beg. We could just quickly jump on this issue about University of Maiduguri. So why Nigerians they react over the naming of University of Maiduguri after President Muhammadu Buhari? It only cause a lot of reactions. Already the alumni students and concerned citizens, they not already call on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to halt that decision. Say make it halt and make it stop and there. Remember, see, when I think when Jonathan once upon a time named
Unilag.
Unilag, yes. named Unilag after MQ
MKO.
Abiola. They also the president himself was part of those who said that no, that cannot happen. So right now, people in the school are saying that no, that they don't want it. In fact, in an open letter widely circulated across social media, traditional media, the stakeholders are acknowledging the legacy of the late former President Muhammadu Buhari, but cautioned that changing the institution's name would undermine a well-established identity built over more than 40 years. And then even that the presidency, they talk, say, well, the waiting make them, or the president through the Ministry of Education, they talk, say, waiting make them name Muhammadu Buhari or the school after Rana because of in contribution to education. In contribution to education. Why some people they talk, say, excuse me, he's just an academician. He no be doctor. He no be lecturer. He no go university. Talk of to go this particular university. So on what ground would they give up? Now here waiting somebody, a lawyer, get to talk about this very quickly, and then I take your reaction on them because a lawyer reacted to this earlier today, I think on Arise Television. Let's take a listen to what you have to say so that we'll quickly take your thoughts on
in
it.
the first instance, the legal aspect of it, there is a legal framework, there is an act that established the University of Maiduguri, and we call it the University of Maiduguri Act. The law that established university, and in that act, we said that the university shall be called University of Maiduguri. So in other words, now that the president has woke up without consultation, without due certain opinion of people, and renamed the university after Muhammad Buhari. So there is every need for the National Assembly to amend that act because University of Maiduguri is a federal university, and the law there is being made by it was established as a result by Act of National Assembly. So they should amend that law for the name to be reflected there. Then the question there is that whether anybody can challenge it. Of course, somebody can challenge it because one, the alumni of that university, the students' union government of that university, they can challenge it. Now, listen, let me start by saying that university is a very serious, disciplined environment. It's a place of teaching and orientation. It's a place of research. It's a place that people would like to associate themselves with. It's quite different from barrack. It's not a motor park. University, when you are talking about university, your certificate matters. The university you graduate matters. Now, the president yesterday said that the reason or the grounds upon which he renamed that university with the name of our immediate past president, late President Muhammad Buhari, for what he stood for. Now, the question there is that what does the President Muhammad Buhari stood for? One, he is not an academia. Two, President Buhari never believed in education. You see how he frustrated the university during his time. Three, President Buhari is not a Democrat. He carried out a coup that removed a duly democratically elected government there in 1983. I can go on and on and on. President Buhari is somebody who never believed in democracy. If you during his administration, if you protest, you will be arrested, or he will organize another counter-protest. President Buhari, you see how President Buhari destroyed our judiciary. When he used inferior court to remove CJN, when he, upon his resuming power as the president, he started attacking judges. Since then, our judiciary never remained the same. So I can go on and on and on. On what basis are you renaming a university? Now, his own certificate as a president is questionable. His secondary school certificate and primary school certificate is questionable. On what basis are you associating President Buhari with a university? You have parks, you have railway station, you have barracks that you can name after him. So it is an insult. Personally, I thank God that I have finished my own education. I'm done with my PhD. I cannot even allow any of my relation or my children to associate themselves with University of Maiduguri, bearing the certificate carrying Muhammad Buhari. We should do something in a proper way, for goodness sake. Now you ask yourself, what of the first professor University of Maiduguri produced? Who is the person? We should know the person. The first person that made first class in University of Maiduguri, where is the person? The person that started the University of Maiduguri, graduated and made first class and started teaching there and become a professor there and retired there. Where is the person? So you did not name the person, name the university after the person. It's somebody that never believed in education, somebody that never believed in rule of law, somebody that destroyed almost every democratically institution we have in this country during his own time. This issue of whitewashing, praising somebody to please the family or this. We should stop it for goodness sake. That is the only area to move this country forward. If somebody is a dishonest person, call the person a dishonest person so that those who are coming behind will know. Like now you have a child that is 7 years. In the next 20 years, the child will ask you, why do you name this person? Because I've read the history of this person. This person, when he was the president, he used an inferior court to remove CJN. He made sure that nobody protests. He destroyed, he removed, he carried out coup and removed a duly elected president. Now, on what basis are you trying to please him? Are you trying to elongate him? Are you trying to immortalize him? Simply because he will rule this country for 8 years and draw us, borrow this country, borrow money that we can't even accounted for 8 years. That he was former governor of old Borno State. That's just it. You become a president without making impact, and you died. People are elongating, people are clapping hands for what you stood for. So I don't see the reason. If I have my way, I will challenge that act. But of course, you know, Nigeria, you see the situation we find ourselves.
Okay, all right. So let me take a why are you laughing, sir? All right, kindly react while I open the phone lines. Nigerians are itching to jumping on the conversation. Okay, sir.
Why I'm laughing is like what I said when we started off. I said you're in a country where the minimum requirement is school cert to become a president, and yet you cannot use school cert to get a good job. You cannot use school cert to even work in the ministry. You know, so something is wrong with our psychic. Something is wrong with the way we're thinking. Something is wrong with the way this country is being run. If the President Bola Tinubu believes that the late Buhari left legacies, let's look at the legacies he left. Maybe they should have renamed them.
Akpabio is saying no embezzle money.
Maybe they should have renamed them.
But the same Akpabio assembly. Okay.
Maybe they should have renamed.
They want to say the same Akpabio assembly.
Maybe they should have renamed the second Niger bridge after him, because people could say it's one of his legacy. Or they should rename Lagos Ibadan Expressway to Muhammadu Buhari Expressway. You know, to be able to say, okay, this is what he did, you know, but changing a university name like that man said, it's something you just don't do like that, you know, because tomorrow now, they will just say, how they give this man name as University of Muhammad Buhari? Which kind, what is it that we can say? I'm not even talking about any other thing. I'm talking about in terms of education. What did his government, or what did he do? First and foremost, we should ask ourselves a question. After he stopped being a military head of state, did he go to add value to himself? Did you ever hear him going to give a lecture somewhere? So what is it that he has done in the educational sector that makes him look like a superstar? It brings us back to the fact that we have allowed mediocrity to enter into our governance system. And that is why Wike is in Abuja renaming everything built by other people after Bola Tinubu, and he doesn't see anything wrong with it. So I won't be surprised tomorrow if we wake up and hear that Precious Enyi has been renamed, you know, to another name. It's possible. Government can do that.
Baby, why don't you use Prince Francis still like I give
They don't fit try him.
I'm not fit for that example.
They don't fit try him.
Now, Akpabio they talk say President Buhari na very very good man. He no do anything. He no be person wey dey involved for corruption. But the same Akpabio's National Assembly is set to be investigating the ways and means we be say waka anyhow during the same Buhari's administration. Now, it's not that the president himself would have been involved in this. Of course, we know. But how is it that you let people around you to do things like that and get away with it, and then you're supposed to be a clean person too? So this not be me they talk or this now waiting people they talk now waiting people they complain about. Anyway, phone lines are open as you react. Let me quickly let Nigerians know they can jump in on the conversation. You can call the WhatsApp number 0817-029-4077, or you just join straight from the studio. Would you like to react to that very quickly?
Akpabio is one of the very, very insincere leaders we have in this country. You know, Okpebholo has turned out to be a man that speaks from two sides of the mouth. And unfortunately, like I said, that we are always praising people when they die. We suddenly go and dig up things. You know, we write so many good things about them. These are things we could not write when they are alive. So we write it when they are dead, and we're clapping for ourselves, and we think we're doing the right thing. No, we must write things about people the way they are. If somebody is a thief and the person died, talk and say, in his lifetime, oh, this man was a thief, a renowned armed robber, so that his children who are bearing that name will understand why people hate that person. But we're always good at rewriting history in this country. We're very good at it. That is why government have decided that don't teach history in schools, because they don't want people to find out the lies they have been telling.
Hello, good evening and welcome.
Yes, my dear baby, how you doing?
I did fine. How your side, my brother?
Happy weekend.
Happy. And are you are supposed to be asked now, what is supping? What's in the sup? Thank God it's Friday. Welcome.
Nigeria is a joke, baby. This is super, actually super.
Oh, super. Super, you're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Nigeria is a joke, I'm telling you. Nigeria is a joke. You see, the thing with my uncle, my big uncle, Chilaka, I agree to you, man.
I agree to you, my brother.
God bless you, sir. You see, Nigeria is a joke. Why I say Nigeria is a joke? You see, I'm kind of like surprised that the man who they're saying are Democrats, not this, not that. And you are lying under your watch. You are lying Nigeria to the destroy, to the scatter. Anybody can just wake up from nowhere and just be talking anyhow. How can a governor is making speech where the whole world they see that somebody must not come into his state until he gets permission from that person that whatever he or she see, you know, consign now. You see, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore. Do we now need permission to go to any state? Do I need permission to go to Lagos? Do I need permission to go to Ogun? Do I need permission to go to Ibadan? Because it be like say it don't call. And our so-called Igbo leaders are just keeping quiet in all this shenanigans that they are all doing. What kind of country do we live in?
Sorry,
get me, sorry.
Thank you, super. Thank you so much. We can talk to other
But
people
before you
very
pick the
quickly.
next call, the truth is that the Igbos don't have leaders anymore. The Igbos don't have leaders. Because the people we have today, we cannot refer to them as leaders. These are people who are of questionable character. And because they're of questionable character, they have nothing to offer. How can you call yourself a leader and those you are leading are being killed and all of that, defamed, and you're keeping quiet? Then what kind of a leader are you? See what is happening in Ghana over the man who they say claims to be SND Ghana. Even though I'm one of those who said that rubbish needs to stop. You can't come like they're claiming in Lagos. You come to Lagos, you say SND Lagos. What else are you?
Thank you, sir. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, go ahead, please. You have to reduce the volume of that your listening device, so please. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Good evening. This sounds like Daniel. Daniel, how are you?
I'm fine. Good evening, Dr. Chinanka.
Good evening.
Professor Chilaka. I'm greeting you, sir. You not be professor. We don't give a different title. You remember barrister. Dino Melaya and brother don't go court today. Don't start in court. You need to see Dino Melaya for in lawyer costume. Eh? Go ahead. Everybody needs to be lawyer like Wiki. All of us go be this lawyer. All of us go study and finish. Go ahead, please. You don't become lawyer now.
When they give him, just they celebrate. Which I won't talk. The whole thing be say, the Igbo people now they even be the reason why Nigeria still be together as a country. If not, Nigeria for don't divide into 7.
No, really 7. Why you talk like that?
like Israel now, we're just there for Middle East, where we say everybody they concentrate on them. If Israel no day there tomorrow, Iran will fight Syria, Syria will fight Iran, they will fight themselves. Now I people there for Nigeria with that, honestly. Because even for ordinary gathering, what we gather for here, they talk like this. Before you know, once you mention Peter Obi and God, if you know how many people they come out from a group where people did, like they just come out them because they just mention Peter Obi or you mention from Northwest, they come out you.
Are you serious? Why? What's in the anger?
Honestly, they don't hear even Northwest Peter Obi. They don't
So
hear.
only Atiku they won't hear.
Only Atiku.
They don't hear Tinubu too.
They don't hear Tinubu. They don't hear Peter Obi. They don't hear even Kwankwaso. The whole thing again, like my reverend, the kidnapper was it 7 days ago. In go farm for this thing there, for Wukari. I think going farm 9 those Fulani people catch them. So since almost how many days now we dey try whether we go fit raise the money, they be bill us 20 million.
Yay.
We know if we pay the 20 million, that was almost like 5 days ago because they give us just 48 hours.
Hey.
So they tie a rope for 3 mosquito they bite and there. They don't give them food for 2.5 days. You know drink water, you know eat food. And they day inside the bush with their wife and children, with their cows, everything. Because for Benue now, nobody did there. Even the soldier go tell you, say, they know the fee go there, because if they go, they go ambush them. Now, like you, now soldier, they ambush fellow soldiers.
Are you serious?
That's right.
Now soldiers will people go ambush them.
You know here when the income Benue, Musa, you know here when he talk say if soldiers, they even go there, they ambush them. So I saw they are just fed up of Benue. So Benue made a try to relate with these people, make peace come.
Are you serious?
He made that statement now openly. And the whole thing, the truth is that the way these people they shoot guns, sometimes you know saying are well-trained people. And for almost 10 years now, they refuse the Nigerian army to go on offensive. How Mali they go on offensive, how Burkina Faso they go on offensive. Nigerian soldiers always just go on patrol or dig trench and wait for them to come attack.
So just on the defense. They just go on defense.
If you talk about like make they fight asymmetric war, if you make me president of Nigeria, now staff sergeant, now go be in charge of Nigerian army and everything, chief of defense staff and everything. I make sure say now people where they staff sergeant or warrant officer. May the rest, I bet Mona just the office will feed una, will give una food, any two on I want to go they pay on our salary. But allow these people may they take command. Because some of all this one they'll tell you person go NDA, go school. They just go those schools, they don't really know what thing they happen for the field. Now politicians, children, or political connection, and they put them for all those officer, these things. So the whole thing they so politicized. Nigerian army, no, they like Nigerian army of those days. So there is one strong gunner waiting for Maiduguri where everybody they respect. If that gunner enter battlefront, everybody know him. Kopra, Lagbaja. If he enter, even Boko Haram go the phone, Lagbaja they here. They need to start the move their fighters come up from there. Because waiting they do with anti-aircraft gun, they know they see that type. And
so if we get this kind of expertise, why would they allow our soldiers to die? Why would they do it when they do?
My immediate younger brother was the best gunner from Kenwa Barak for Edo, for Benin. But when that particular Oga tell and say, this one where you go this time around, you go die. He tell the Oga say you no go die. He come Maiduguri. I don't even feel go meet him because me might be busy. You know, reach the 10th day, now he die. But he just spent, after they don't dislodge all the Boko Haram from Damboa, they decide to return to Maiduguri to come get some more ammunition and other things to go back to Damboa. Now they ambush them. But they say they killed 2. But at the end of the day, when I go there, they kill 54 of them.
Oh, so that means they reduce the number of people who be say die. for this
I
attacks.
watch the attack for Mali today, if you see what the Malian soldiers do, these people, even them, they confess. They need to put their video on Twitter, say, wow, say today was terrible for them. And the Mali soldiers too put their own video. Then they put the names of all the soldiers who die. I say, imagine, see as they honor soldiers. Even you too, you will like the war because waiting, Nigerian soldiers are ready to fight this war. If only they would just say, okay, I beg, warrant officers. I wish say one president will come, may they recognize, say, okay, these people, they no go school, but they love war, they like fight. I think say this Lagbaja corporate, anything just they come, they do where they killing in driver, that in best driver. Because once the driver enter battlefront, you will tell the driver, say, I better use reverse the attack. Now reverse the driver, they use the attack when you're not to just mount on AA. Now saying they shout, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. In the blast, in the shoot.
In a Muslim too.
Maybe Muslim. Now fucking Edo guy. I've been from South. I know say either warrior or Edo guy. But he's always drunk. I know sure say that guy don't realize himself. Say he's always on either enough high or drunk. You see him. But when he did for battlefront, in eye they clear because now life and death, no matter how you high, your eye they clear, you did it gallant. Nigerian soldiers are ready to fight, but the day we'll get the real political leaders where they will say, okay, may they fight. Even that Benue, all those places where do you know that the 43 camps, major camps where they get for Benue within that Nasarawa side and Benue. All these camps, nobody say they don't know them. Even if you fly helicopter, you see all these the attached house where they do them. You see the camp. Everything they nobody say they know they. But it's just that nobody won't go say, okay, may they rescue or may they even free people ready for the kidnap. My friend where they kidnapped, that was 3 weeks ago for that Benue Links motor. That one waiting that girl see till now she never recover. The beating and the torture where she received from all those men, no be small. At the end of the day, they pay 15 million to free her. This our reverend now, 4 days ago, they shoot her for leg when they make call with us. They need to shoot her for leg, they tie her rope. Now they shoot her for leg. Now they tell him, they cry, they beg, say they in pool of blood. Say anything what will fit more do. Because in car, where would they try to sell? Now the car now, him buy at 9 million naira. Everybody price 2 million, 3 million. The block company where he just start, he just buy the machine, buy some cement, where buy some sand where they do. At the end of the best way, emergency where they sell the thing 900,000. But me, I suspect say some of all those in village brothers where help and sell the thing for 2. They just see the opportunity, they chop some money. If not that thing, the man to set that business up for almost going to 6-point-something million. And at the end of the day, they sell them for 900. So the whole thing just did. Since that 4 days ago now, we know if we talk to them. We do call man, they know they pick.
Sure say never die.
But we pray me know that the last time they shoot him, they cry, say they don't shoot him, say more I beg. So quickly, they send 1 million to them. Bank transfer.
And bank no fit trace where the money. I beg, no, they tell me this since I beg. Well, what is all of this nonsense? What's in be all these things?
Bank transfer. The whole thing we say, you hardly see a Fulani person where we say where they kill, they kidnap, where we say they spend 2 weeks for our prisons. I'm not lying to you. The same thing with the calorie people.
So that's if they arrest them, they don't waste time, they release them.
Police station, anything we want to do, but we not go confess. They are not going to say, they're not going to say anything. Into what you want to do them, may you do them. They go tell you openly. That's how terrible the country did. But for Benue, everybody they fear to go farm. Because almost, I'm not lying to you, almost 15% of people where they go farm. Majority of the time, they know they return or they know they where they. And if they eat your crop for your farm and you see them, quietly turn back. No go even confront them because if you confront them at death.
Like what's happened to this Plateau farmer?
They know they confront them. Even for my village, if they eat person crop, quietly you pass, go house. Just pray, say, may the crop still remain, may if it still germinate small. Because once you confront them, no problem.
Which kind of wahala we would inside? People then will be politicians. What are we even talking about 2027 when we cannot address all of these issues?
See David Mark where we dey always praise, especially for the zone E today. Now in modern side, now they attack the other time where they say they by people where they show where the governor even supposed to go there, no go there. But the here came from David Mark to condemn the thing for national television or anything. I don't know whether he do, but to me, I don't see anything like that from her. That's how the system of the country they where we say we can't wait for Peter Obi to come, make the whole elements. Or if Peter Obi no go come, a time will reach where we say everybody go just need to handle gun fight too. Because me, I like fights. And I know say
Daniel, thank you. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh my, there are things that you hear. Your mental health is disturbed. Well, make a good take people they call me one by one. Hello, Robinson. Robinson, are you there? Okay, so I just accepted you and looks like you're not ready to talk. Robinson Amani, are you there? Robinson, are you there? Make I leave you go talk to somebody else. It be like say you're never ready to talk to us. All right, Mr. Chooks, good evening. Mr. Chooks, are you there? Good evening. Chooks, good evening. Okay, when I just sit down for backyard, just stay there and I no one talk anything, Abi. Robinson, you still there? All right, make I go talk to T.Y. Danjuma now, since I know they there to talk. Hello, good evening. T.Y. Danjuma, you're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. Go ahead.
Good evening, precious. Prince, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Now, wow, this story where would they hear? Now, wow, it just weakened me totally.
They sent you
Not
for
the
person.
country. The bloodshed is too much now. What kind of? I think this is just a captured country. There's no leadership. There's no leadership. But first of all, let me just um, Prince Chilaka, I bring quarrel for you, real quarrel, because I hear you where they say those where they thief and where they do all these bad things, may them shame them.
Let's see you for your quarrel.
Yes. So the reason for my quarrel be say the reason for my quarrel with you be say you can't say a lecturer where illegally go they browse where you're not supposed to browse.
Hey, Willie. Now, Kogi State man, their former governor don't marry the fourth wife. See the lecture. Now, Kogi State in from. Their former governor don't marry the fourth wife.
Don't buy there. You can't say make you so rest in peace. How you so go rest in peace?
They try to say waiting go tell his ancestors when he reach there.
I so okay. What thing they go tell your wife and your children?
He go do harder now.
That he died in active service.
He go do active service. Harder.
That he died in active service.
He no go. He so no go rest in peace. Now he so go rest in peace. That one. I say they can't fight you because of that. He so no go. You know where it's supposed to be now. He so can't rest in peace.
They say judge don't judge so that you will not be judged.
No, that will not be the pikin now. When you go school, they come they tell and say, now your papa now be that one where how waiting the pikin not go fit go school again now.
The pikin that kind of children they change name now.
The woman now
they change name.
The woman now, you think say the woman go come out for the burial of that man?
But see, are you trying to say that there is no dignity in labor?
You know, see where I put illegal. He was browsing illegally. Huh? That's a shame. That's a shame. Such people.
He go down with him pass.
Yes. If not before na bad bush, now they put this kind of people. They throw them inside bad bush. They know they bury them, they put them inside bad bush. Then the other thing, before I go come to this security thing, the other thing where you talk about what you mean, Buhari's aid. We go talk with you when he talk.
Okay.
Uh-huh. When I hear him, now my wife now they hold me since because I be one send Amadi or make he go pan a bit that in mouth.
Sorry, I make she hold you well. Make she hold
Huh?
you well, I beg.
Now
We
she
happy
hold me
say
say
she
I
hold you.
beg, make I know,
We
make I
happy say
know
she
do.
hold you.
Uh-huh, make I know do. Now my body just make I release this thing, make the begin go three of them, make the begin work up quick. That in mouth, make the panel beat am. What kind of nonsense is that one? You see, in the recent World Bank 2025-26 country income classification, they put Nigeria, LMIE. They classify Nigeria as a lower middle income economy. We don't fall. We don't fall. So they fall below. Even Libya and Gabon is rated above us. That is how bad it is. I think say they go talk about that one. Nobody, they not talk about those where they attack dogs. They not talk about that one. But the worst one where they can't add put. They say when they talk about conflict affected countries, they say Nigeria be like Gaza, West Bank, Burkina Faso, South Sudan, Ukraine. Now there the class us say we dey. So is a country at war.
Nigeria is a treasure of guerrilla warfare.
No, there's war already now. Otherwise, how can you explain all these killings? Every day, killing, nothing. Nobody, everybody just they look. Government just they look like Lucozade. Everybody just they look, nothing. They give excuse. That's how God wants it. How they go keep, scatter kill a whole family? They say, nah, it is God's will. You know, nothing. You go to police, you know, fit. You provide yourself water, provide yourself road, provide yourself security. Look for job for yourself. Where the country now? Nothing there now. What do you remain again? What do you remain again?
Thank you,
This is serious. I don't know what we will do again. And yet you go still see people where they support this kind of nonsense. They support a government when we fit even the basic thing to protect life and property. They no fit. Eh? But if not to go to St. Lucia, we no get doctors. Even the internationally recognized this thing for doctor, you know, a doctor per person, one doctor per this thing. We no meet them. The little one we will get, you won't go send and go St. Lucia, free of charge. Oh. What are we getting from them? Nothing. And then we will pay them. Oh. The only thing we St. Lucia go do now, they will give accommodation. We will pay them. We go send the doctors there. Then we go give their people scholarship. Meanwhile, our people no fit school where they go. They no even fit pay school fees. Which kind? Now be say there's something waiting for that St. Lucia where Bobo Chicago go. There must be something there. Which kind country be this?
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, make I leave. I'm not happy at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's talk to people as much as we can. Chooks, I don't know if you're back. Mr. Chooks, are you back? If you're back, kindly jumping on the conversation so that we'll let others in. Chooks, are you there? All right. So if you're not there, perhaps we'll get you off the studio so that people would have space to come into the conversation. All right. I think I've got Flagship. Flagship, good evening.
Good evening, Precious. How are you?
I'm not fine. I was supposed to be fine, but my evening is ruined.
Yes. No, Prince Chilaka, good evening from here.
Good
I
evening.
hope you're doing
Good
well.
evening, my brother.
Welcome.
Yeah, we thank God. The situation in Nigeria, every day happening, is enough to numb someone. That if you have to go into surgery right now, you don't need anesthesia for them to operate on you. This everyday issues that are preventable that happens, it just paralyzes the body. I've not had a good day since 3 a.m. that I woke up, and I've been hearing this news about the happenings in our country and how the supposed commander in chief and the rest of them are just silent, like nothing matters, nothing is happening. And how we got to this place is still a mystery to me. And why we behave this way is unimaginable. It's a barbaric state of mind that we have gotten into, where human lives just doesn't count in Nigeria. It means nothing to those that are in leadership or supposedly occupying the seats of leadership in Nigeria, for which their main and sole purpose is to govern, and govern in the sense that their chief assignment is to protect and to serve the people. But that doesn't seem to be like what they're talking about. People are dying, and you are talking about 2027. My question to Nigerians is this, and I ask myself a lot: why should we even talk about 2027 when this looming problem still exists and nobody's talking about it? Nobody seems to have a plan. Nobody's coming up with any idea of how we can nip this thing in the bud. Yes, Sani Abacha did say that if these kind of things are happening and it takes more than 24 hours, then your government is aware of it. And that is if they are not a part of it. And it seems like these people know what it is at this point. They know what's going on. They know who's doing this, but they are not just doing anything. So it leaves me with no option but to ask that, what was the transaction like between these guys in leadership and those that are doing this very dastardly, unthinkable act against the innocent people and citizens of Nigeria? What kind of transaction do they have, and what is it that's at stake that it puts us in this place where you, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine. It's not been a good day for me. It's not been a good one, and I'm tired of hearing about these things. Plateau, Benway, and the rest of them. I mean, and what shocks me most is, if something like this happens in, God forbid, Ivory Coast today, you will hear the politicians begin to throw out condolences to the people and condemning the same act. But in their own land, they cannot. So it tells me that either they know about it, either they are part of it, or perhaps they are the ones doing it for only God knows what reason. We always seem to major in the minors and minor in, excuse me, to major in the minors here and minor in the majors. I don't know what it would take, but as it stands, Precious, and for those listening to me, I don't think we need to be talking about an election right now in 2027. There should be no conversation about that. The main thing that should be in the front that we should be talking about today is how to stop, not how do we, but we must stop this nonsense in Nigeria. It shouldn't go beyond today. If you don't fish out who's doing this and those that are giving the command for this to be done, there will not be an election in Nigeria come 2027. Nobody should be talking about coalition, APC, ADC, whatever it is, including Peter Obi. Nobody should say anything about an election in Nigeria for 2027. The people are dying. Israel and Gaza and Iran and the rest of them are at war. The world knows that they are in an active state of war as we speak. Go and tally the number of casualties. The guy from Kaduna, El Rufai, recently was comparing MBS statistics and was telling us about the count of death in 1 year, 2024 alone, over 600,000. I've not heard the presidency object to that, except I'm late to the news. I've not heard the chief spokesman of Tinubu come out to counter that. 100 billion naira getting out of our nation's coffers every month for 18 months. I've not heard them counter that. So as you and I speak, almost $2 trillion, 2 trillion naira is somewhere where we know nothing about. And we can't put that into security to protect these people. This guy is doing everything that he wants unchallenged in Nigeria. I'm talking of Tinubu himself. I hate to use the word president. And nobody seems to challenge him. The House cannot challenge him. The Senate cannot challenge him. All the learned people we have in Nigeria cannot challenge him. So he pretty much gets what he wants, unchallenged. Tell me, where on earth is that happening, if not in a dictatorship country? And you and I are talking about democracy and election. Are we trying to repeat Paul Bear in Nigeria, where the people have no words in how they are being governed and what happens to them and their resources that these so-called people who are in position are managing? I was listening to a conversation on the radio today in Nigeria, and I heard police officers calling in and how they are lamenting after serving their dear nation for 35 years. And the pension they come out with is 2 million naira. But our politicians, in 4 years, you don't want to count it. It makes one sick to the stomach.
Thank you.
You're telling me Nigeria is not in an active state of war? We are. We are in an active state of war. But it's just that only one group is allowed to carry weapons. And nobody seems to be bothered about it. It's pitiful and it's sad that the people, the good people of Nigeria are suffering under these so-called leaders that they have. And yet they have the guts to be talking about 2027 and start campaigning 1 year and a few months to the time. The coalition folks are talking about coming out with a manifesto. What is that going to do for the Nigerian people? We don't want to hear manifestos anymore. They don't even understand what it is to be manifesto. Perhaps they will call one lecturer from one of the universities, give him $1 million naira or two, and say, draft out a manifesto for us. Since when have they stood by manifestos? Go back to the days of government back in the 80s. That's when manifestos meant something. When they come out and they tell you that this is what we're going to do and how we're going to do it, they stand by it when they get in office. But these ones, they don't even understand what it is. And let me end with this one.
Thank you.
Buhari just died, and they are naming university after him. Is that not pitiful?
Yes.
The man had a school certificate. It was under his watch that history was cleaned out of our educational curriculum.
And ASU was on strike for about 6 or 9 months.
The list goes on. And you are naming an academic institution after him. It is unfair. I would not be sad or displeased if it was a military base somewhere that was named after him. Why not keep the academic institution for the educated folks, those that have done well for our nation, and name it after them, either when they are alive or after they are gone? Folks like Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and the rest of them. You are naming a barrack after a president who knows nothing about military stuff. And you are naming an academic institution over a man who never went to school, never supported education, had nothing to do for education. And in his time, our educational system is dying, suffered a major blow around the world. We need to think. We really need to think. Nigerians, don't let these people deceive you. We should not be talking about an election. There should not be one until these major issues are addressed and addressed properly. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Flagship. I appreciate you.
I'm not I can't hear you.
Okay, Charles. Yeah, welcome. Okay, Charles. Charles, you're welcome. Go ahead.
You see, let's ask ourselves one question about Muhammad Buhari. From 1983, when he was in state, till 1985, what did he achieve for Nigeria? Nothing. You know, I don't understand that now. I privileged to know him as far as 1983, that coup. My father was a prison officer in. So I had to meet the likes of Bakizu prison, Felak, and Nicola in the prison, Baku in the prison, Abba Karimi in the prison. I was listening there in prison, time and time again. Buhari overthrew Shagari is just because of basically because of Ekweme. He knew very well that Ekweme would be the president of Nigeria. He didn't want Tinubu to be the president. That is why he came in. The same way, is telling us that they used Buhari to drop the Yoruba agenda in Kwara State. Buhari has been a religious and a fanatic approach right from time. So how now bring that kind of person to come and say you want to rename a renowned university under his name? We are having a problem in this country. We know history, we kill history. That's our problem. We know the history, but we want to kill it. Look at, I'm so surprised. I'm from Eastern Extraction in Edo State. It's from I school in his home. Yeah, I school in his village in Irua. That knows nothing about governance.
You mean Monday Okpebholo?
Acting on Tinubu's agenda. He knows nothing about governance. I schooled in Irua. I finished in 1984 in a renowned Catholic college in Irua. Monday Okpebholo was a small boy there. I don't even know. I don't know how he come about to become senator. You know, it's a problem. And this honorable who is defecting now to APC, he's come and life was petty. That was why he has to take.
Remember, there was a time he was saying that he's being forced to come to APC. Yes.
Yes, he was supposed to. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I'm an Isha man. A complete Isha man. So what they are doing, just nonsense. Obi should not be afraid of them. They don't have any in Edo State. They don't carry any power. But if he come, Obi should hold this against him and take it to ICC. Yes, and place his life on it. Because enough is enough. We truncate a lot of things in this country. Nonsense in this country. That's a very wrong statement he's making. So I think it's time for us to call a spade in this country. And also we are too docile in this country. Allow these politicians to use us as guinea pigs for experiment. Bad. Enough is enough.
Thank you. Thank you
so
so
much. For the lecturer that died, he died in that is
he said the lecturer that
died, he died in active service. We should. Because anything goes in Nigeria now. You know?
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We should give him a national hero welcome. If they can give Buhari the University of Medicuri, they can also give him the University of Kogi. Because nothing works in Nigeria. Every aspect of this field is destroyed. As Tilaka was saying, every sector in Nigeria needs alignment and emergency. They need surgical operation. Every sector in Nigeria is so bad.
Thank you.
So we're having a very problem. And we are refusing to speak. We are refusing to act. That's the problem.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Charles. Thank you so much, Charles.
Thank you, precious.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Good night. Hello. Good evening and welcome. It's already 2 hours, so I will have to end the show. Good evening and welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome. What's your name, sir? And where are you calling from?
My name is Innocent. I'm calling from London.
As innocent as they come. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I can see that today. You today weak.
I weak.
Today I'm weak, honestly. Things have been following you for some months now. I've been gathering this hope again. There's this confidence that is coming back to me that probably we can still do something. But today is one of those days that you really begin to ask yourself, is there any way out? So permit me to ask somebody, your guest, Praise, is there truly way out? Those of you who are closer to what is happening and who are seeing closer to what is actually happening, is there really any way? Because, I told you that I lived in China for 20 years. Prior to 2023 election, after Obi declared, some of us, we did some research. I didn't know Obi. We found out what the man, his antecedent. We decided to gather all Nigerians as Nigerians in diaspora. We decided to have a mock election. Do you know this thing? The president of Nigerians in diaspora in China at that time is from Middle Belt, I think from Benue. Then myself from the east, I would say one of the VPs. We have two VPs, another one from Edo. Do you know that the moment Tinubu was declared the winner of the primaries, one region, which is actually one of the most prominent people we have, PhDs, people who are really being looked upon as, leaders, all of them just systematically dropped from that program and refused to participate in that mock election debate we wanted to do. And they wanted to scuttle it because there was nobody to defend Buhari. Tinubu. Nobody wanted to stand in for Tinubu, and because nobody can actually defend him. So, it got me demoralized, but some of us picked upon it. After the election, I got so demoralized with Nigeria because I couldn't see somebody who is suffering with you the way all of us are suffering, who are Nigerians. You see, everybody that calls in this evening, I've been listening to a lot of people that are calling. If I couldn't even type, you see people trying to cry for Nigeria. And you begin to ask yourself, these people that are defending these people, is it that they are under a spell? What are they getting? Do you understand? Because my problem is, for those of them who are making the money, who are doing it for their own money, I don't really have so much problem because they are few. But you see people who are suffering with you and they are defending them. And you begin to ask yourself, so please, let me not take so much time of others because of others. I want to hear from whether you are the questionnaire, you always, I trust you, you don't get your own. My question you can ask.
My dear brother, I take no. That's why I am for everybody and for nobody.
Yes, I know. I don't think that question you can ask.
Yes, sir.
So, please, those of you who are seeing closer may, have better analysis of what is there still hope? But this 2027 we are looking at, so gathering and say, let's do this. I'm beginning to see that because if you see the level of attack of P2P here and there, I begin to ask, these people, are they really Nigerians? What do they want? These are people that live abroad, for God's sake.
All right, thank you.
These are people that live abroad. So please, I just want to know, is there still hope for this country? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Would you like to react to that very quickly, and then we'll just...
Yes, the crystal ball is blood. I've been looking, since you asked that question, I've tried to consult my crystal ball, but the ball is blood. It's not, you know. But you see, the truth is this, let's say the way it is. Peter Obi is not being attacked because of any other thing other than the fact that they have not been able to establish any form of corruption or corrupt practices on him. Peter Obi has not behaved like every other Nigerian politician that has stolen and continues to steal from the purse of the nation. So because of this, these are the issues they're having with Peter Obi. And they feel that Peter Obi's presidency will block avenue for them to be chopping. Because these are people who all their life, they have lived off what the ordinary Nigerians are paying as tax. They have used it to finance their affluent lifestyle. So that's why everybody is attacking Peter Obi. They don't want Peter Obi. They don't want Peter Obi. simply because he is not as corrupt as all of them are.
Hello, well done. Can you help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please? You're on the line now. Can you hear me, sir? Please turn off the volume of your listening device, please, sir, so that we can hear you better.
Okay, but can you hear me now, right?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Then go straight to the point.
Okay. Yeah, my name is David. I'm calling from Indonesia.
You're welcome, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Please, what I wanted to say is this. You see all the things that President is saying, all of them is straight. And again, one problem with our people is this. During the election time, these Benue people, they will all still vote to where they are crying. This Plateau, they will still vote where they are crying. The people that are killing them. So that is where I'm getting it confused. You know, that's where I'm getting it confused. So what I'm trying to suggest there is this, from my own personal view. I suggest why these people doesn't want Obi to come in is simple because they know what Obi can do, and that is why they are blocking from left to right. You know, you see, last time I read the news where the President Buhari, late President Buhari, was saying that that time they said Monkey grabbed the money or something like that.
No. No, when they said that rats infested Asoro.
Thank you. He said he's just saying it only to deceive the people because the president is Buhari is in a critical condition. Is this person supposed to be walking on the street? Is he not supposed to be in the jail, in the prison by now? So that is the thing. 200 and something million people. You just trick them like that, and it is very easy like that. You just wave it off. So what I'm trying to say is that in all extents, Nigeria, the voters, let them do whatever thing they can do to make sure that the people in diaspora that they can vote. It will help. I have been saying and shouting on this. It is very important. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Let me see who's in my back office very quickly. Robinson, if you're there, kindly jumping on this conversation. If you're not, then I have to let you go. Robinson, Amani, are you there? Robinson? Oh, you just want to stay there and observe. All right, sir. Let me take your pattern shot because time don't go. This is Friday. You know, Friday
My
nights
pattern shot
are usually longer than other nights so that you can.
my pattern shot is that some of the people we have as governors, or some of those who are parading themselves as governors, that do not have what it takes to be governors, that the word excellency shouldn't be attached to their names. They should be mindful of what they say and should be mindful of how they are the ones hitting up the system. You can't say you as an excellency, you are talking like a garage boy or like a tout or an area boy, and you believe that there will be peace in the country. I'm surprised that up till now, the federal government have not seen the need to caution Governor Okpebholo for the thing he said. These are the kind of utterances that leads into situations that become unmanageable and uncontrollable. But while we're looking at 2027, we're still appealing to the electorates, the ordinary Nigerians. Please don't make yourself available to be used by the political class to destabilize this country. Thank you. And finally,
Thank you.
follow me on YouTube.
Yes, so Ngwa. See the YouTube handle Ngwa. The Naked
The
Truth
Naked
TV
Truth.
01.
The Naked Truth TV 01.
01. Please, you people should follow him like your village people, please. The Naked Truth TV 01. Kindly follow him, subscribe to him. He dey drop, Oga dey sabi drop lyrics there. Go now, he could drop another banger on a go hear am. Thank you so much, Rose Francis.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. It's quite late at night and I still called you and you obliged me. I don't tell you say your reward on a head today, no day ever. I appreciate you, big deal. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for joining
Good night.
us. Thank you. All right. All right, good night, sir. Thank you, Nigerians, for being part of the show. Also, ensure to follow Prince Francis Chilaka, don't forget, at Naked Through TV 01. And then also subscribe here at Precious NU TV. Just click on subscription. Now, you know they pay money. Not be DSTV, not be Good TV. Now, free of charge. Just subscribe and then follow us. Also, like this post and share it too, please, so that I can get to as many people as possible. I love you guys so dearly. Hey, protect your mental health though, because the kind of things happening here, my mental health is almost messed up this evening. But then, we keep pushing. I love you guys. Good night.